Good afternoon. I'm Victoria Kramer with a Thursday edition of the Panhandle Roundup. And a Minatare man who was arrested in March of last year on drugs and weapons charges has been sentenced. The Nebraska Rural Radio Association reports that 45-year-old Corey Poorbear was facing 2 counts of possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person and 2 counts of a possession of a controlled substance after authorities found a sword, knife, pills, and suspected meth. Poorbear ultimately pleaded no contest to one of each of the charges and was sentenced to 90 days in jail in order to a term of 9 months of post-release supervision. And the Arbor Day Foundation has recognized Kimball as Tree City USA for the 32nd year in a row. The achievement honors the town's commitment to effective urban forest management, with Kimball achieving the recognition by maintaining a tree board, having a tree care ordinance, dedicating an annual community forestry budget of at least $2 per capita, and hosting an Arbor Day observance and proclamation. Friday marks Arbor Day, a holiday that was first celebrated in the nation right here in the Good Life back in 1872, when an estimated 1 million trees were planted within Nebraska. And here's meteorologist Justin Kraft. He joins us from the Weather Center with a check of the forecast.
Thanks, Victoria. Right now here in the Panhandle, it just looks like mainly clear skies, a little bit of some clouds that are moving through. And with that, temperatures in those 60s and 50s, 62 in Sidney, 62 in Kimball, 64 in Scottsbluff, 62 in Alliance, 69 in Hyannis. So with those temperatures, winds are blowing in at about 9 to 12 miles per hour across the Panhandle. And with all that, it looks like for tomorrow and into this weekend, we're going to see those rain and thunderstorms move through the Panhandle, so make sure to have your umbrella with you with this rain and thunderstorms in store, with temperatures in those 60s and dropping down in those 50s by this Sunday to finish out the weekend in the Panhandle. So that's it for weather. Here's John Clanton with sports.
Hello from the sports desk. One Mitchell High School student athlete taking his talents to the collegiate level. Mitchell standout Ace Hobbs is heading to Southeast Community College to wrestle. Hobbs was a multi-sport athlete with the Tigers, but wrestling was the sport he loves the most, being a state qualifier his entire career, including finishing with top 4 state medals the past 2 seasons. Now he's ready to take those talents to the college level in Beatrice. And finally, Scottsbluff girls hosting their annual tennis invite this week. Bearcats picking up the invite win. Alliance, they bring home 3rd place, while Gehring takes 5th and 6th. Scottsbluff getting 1st place individual finishes from Aspen Andreas in number 1 singles and Abby Roberts in number 2 singles. Great job by all the athletes participating in that invite. And once again, congratulations to Ace. That's all from the sports desk. Everyone have a great day. See ya.
Thanks, John. And in statewide news, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen announcing a veto of a bill he says would harm Nebraska taxpayers. LB 25 would make taxpayers financially liable for lawsuits against towns, cities, school districts, public power districts, and other local governments. They would also be liable for broad claims of abuse committed by employees and non-employees of those organizations. And 3 males escaped from the Kearney Youth Rehabilitation and Treatment Center early yesterday morning. A notice was sent out by the Buffalo Watch System around 8:45 this morning, saying 3 males had escaped and were seen heading south. Another alert was sent about 30 minutes after, saying the 3 had been apprehended. It's unclear how those juveniles got away. And a Lincoln man will spend the next 7.5 years behind bars for having and distributing child pornography. In 2022, the Nebraska State Patrol tracked an IP address to 34-year-old Daniel Polanski, who was distributing videos of children being abused for others to download. Investigators later searched his apartment and found child porn playing on his electronic devices. His laptop and cell phone had 398 videos and 456 images of child porn on them. In addition to prison, Polanski will register as a sex offender and pay $39,000 back to the victims. And in agriculture news, no cases of bird flu have showed up in Nebraska dairy cattle, but in Kansas and South Dakota, it has been a different story. Starting on Monday, a new federal order will go into effect, preventing the spread by calling for mandatory testing before moving cattle across state lines, as well as mandatory reporting of any positive test results. The virus has been detected in 33 dairy facilities in 8 different states. And that'll do it for this edition of KNOP's Panhandle Roundup. Join us back here tomorrow as we continue to highlight the news, sports, and weather that matter to you in Nebraska's vast panhandle. Have a great day.